Right, good morning fish people, I'm Nosh from FishOn TV. We've had a rolling draw this morning, so I just sent them straight to the pegs. I was just sat in my van. It was a little bit dark, but we've got about 5 minutes to go, I think. Have a look. 6 minutes to go. I've just got to get my camera set up. You'll be joining us today at the wonderful Bank End Fisheries. We tend to come here quite often in the winter because it's pretty much park behind your peg. Apart from this time, look at the mighty walk I've got. There you can see, my van is just there. It's not really a long walk, is it? I'm on peg 11. It's not a bad area. Let's have a look. So, aerator, I can't really see it on the camera, but aerator in the middle there. We've got Bob opposite. We've got the lovely, horrible bloke over there, so I can keep my eye on him. He's got that little saying on the back of his van, "You're fishing for second today, lads." So everybody's just about ready. We've got Dave Eccles there, I can't see who that is. Oh, it's John Whitehead, Bob Bag, Mick Smith. Not sure who that is, I can't remember who that is. And then we've got my mate Jeff, and on peg, ooh, I can't remember who's on peg 18. 18 is quite a good peg over there. Those two here are the favoured summer pegs, but can be a little bit tricky in the winter. So my plan, looking down at my chest then, my plan of attack, you've got to have a look with like a pop with popped up ready, because when it's on it can really work. I mean, I don't know whether you can see. Yeah, you could see my keep net all the way through, so it's quite clear. So what I've gone for today, a little bit different. I've set the waggle up because there's not a lot of wind. It's a lot deeper than I actually thought it was. It's about 11-12 foot deep just in front of me. Could have done with putting a slider knot in, to be fair, but I haven't bothered. I'm hoping I'm going to end up catching it about 7 or 8 foot in end. But I've also got a pellet waggler set up, which I'm going to fish between 5 and 8 foot as well. That can be productive here. And I've got my bomb rod set up, which I can use for a bomb, a feeder, or a maggot feeder. So those are my choices. I've also got, I'll let you have another look, I've got set up for a margin down here, which is about 6 foot deep, this area, and it's pretty much the same. It's opposite that van, so around about here. So I'm not coming too close in with it being so clear, and we'll just see how we get on today. So I've tried to keep it simple. It's soft pellets. I'm going to use hard pellets for the pellet waggler, a few micros, maggots, that's it. Oh, a bit of bread, and obviously I'll be using wafters if I need them. So that's the plan. We shall see how we get on. Over and out. Just testing, make sure everything's working. Peachy, cushy, double cush. Right, we're about 35 minutes in. I've not seen anybody catch a fish yet. I'm not sure if the maggot man, he's two down from me to the right. Not sure if he's had any roach or something. I'm sure I had a little bit of splashing. I've just gone on to a little wafter type thing, washed out wafter. I started off left, I've moved towards the aerator, and I've been firing three pellets and then three again. Around that sort of area, that's where my waggler line's going to be. And what I've noticed, I've just had a couple of small liners as I've moved across. So I think there are some fish there. I'm also priming. That might seem like a lot of bait at this time of year, but usually with the waggler, maggot, you can't really overfeed them too much on maggot. It's not been too that cold yet. That is where my waggler line's going to be, with the maggot. And I've got that line set up on the bottom, but I'm hoping to sort of catch them at about 7 or 8 foot in the end. And the pellet waggler, I'm hoping to, I mean, it is about 12 to 14 foot deep. It's quite deep. I mean, where the short waggler line is, it's about 10 foot deep at least. maybe 11 foot. But I am hoping to catch them off the bottom on both those lines at some point. So it is a bit of a game of patience at the minute. It's not unlike hayfield, and I know that the waggler can work at about between 5 and 8 foot deep, and it can work here, because the last time I was here there was a guy, actually he was over there, he was catching about 5 foot deep, but it was a little bit warmer then. It's only about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I'm going to start at sort of set at about 7 or 8 foot. We'll see if we get any indications on that. I'm due to go on that shortly. I'm just going to give this another 10 minutes or so, then I'm going to try the pellet waggler, keep feeding both lines. That's the plan. Let's just hope we get a couple of, either a pull or two on this. If not, let's just see if the waggler works. But I've seen nobody catching anything on pole. But there we go, another liner. There we go. That might actually be a bite, actually. I'm not sure. If it is, it might be just some skimmers having a little nibble at it. But it's not gone round properly yet. Morning, right, David's here from the owner, so I'm just going to pay our fee. There are 18 of us. I forgot to mention the date. It's Tuesday the 22nd of December. It's still Christmas week. I know you've watched our Christmas video. I hope you enjoyed that one with Elvis on. So I'm just going to have a quick chat with David now, pay his dues, and hopefully we'll hook into some fish and give you some action. So I'm thinking anything between 20 and 50 pounds it can win it today. That's 50 pounds is a decent weight in winter. That'll probably win you a match, unless somebody's on a right ball of fish. So fingers crossed we get a few pulls. Another liner, there you go, look, that's just flicked back. Yeah, I've only got a light bomb on, so it sounds like 2 pellets going in. Right, we'll get back to you as soon as we hook into some fish. Well, went out on the waggler, first cast as well, and it was in for about, I didn't time that one, about 3 minutes. Little tap, almost like a little roach bite, and I've hooked into one. So that's not bad at all. I've not seen anybody else get one at the minute. Ooh, a little bit angry. Now, I've not got bullying gear on like you would in summer. I'm going to have to get that a little bit low because it's deep. Set the clutch a little bit lighter. I've only got 0.15 up length. It's not the biggest, but it's a nice start. Could be an F1, not sure just yet. Let's have a look, come on. Come to Alan, you mighty fish. It's that clear as soon as I see. There we go, that was a nice F1. So there we go, that's not bad at all. Nice start, and all I've been doing, I've just been priming it with, well, I think you saw 3 pellets twice, but not, you know, sort of every 5 or 6 minutes, something like that. So let's have a quick look. First fish of the day, beautiful little F1. I would say it's probably 3.5 pound at a guess, but I'm rubbish at guessing weights, as you all know. I don't think I'm far off with that. Well, that's a good sign. So we shall get back in. I'll just fire a couple of pellets out there, not too many. Don't mind of their own, they just go anywhere, don't they? That's better. Right, let's get back in. We'll see if we can get another one. Right, I'm back again. I wanted to just get it cast in. Fired those 6 pellets. I've just, I'm nearly 2.5 minutes in. Yeah, 2.5 minutes in. I've just put another 3 pellets, and now I'll be just leaving it. I'll leave it probably up to about 5 minutes, which is completely different to what you would in summer. In summer you'd be in and out. You probably won't leave it any more than 2 minutes. Having said that, Hayfield Lakes don't mind a suspended bait, but there's quite a lot of places that like it in and out all the time. You know, sort of no more than 30 seconds in and out, and plenty of pellets going in. But that's summer fishing. Winter fishing, if you're going to try this, you're fishing a lot deeper. It is a little bit awkward. The float doesn't always go exactly where you want because of the long hook length, the pellet on the end. But it's, well, that's in exactly the same spot, but sometimes it can just drift a little bit if you don't quite get the timing right. But it can be a very good way of catching, but don't expect to catch prolifically. If you've spent 15 minutes on it and you've not had a bite, you should have probably only had about 3 casts, maybe 4. But just give it a little bit of time. That bite just come out of the blue. I just noticed when I was on the bomb, I was getting liners in that area where I am now. So are they just off the bottom? I don't know. Are they a little bit closer? Because the line will be going down at a steep angle from here. It's that deep out there. So just a little bit of advice for you there. That's how I just wanted you to know. So don't expect it to be like summer when you're on the waggler. When you're on the waggler with the maggot though, expect bites as it's sinking. If the fish are there, and then obviously you start shallowing up. Now on the maggot that can be quite prolific, but you will get a lot more silvers on maggot. But you'll also hook in some carp as well, because obviously every fish likes maggots. So that's just a little bit of advice from Nosh, the mighty fisherman. He's taking off his mighty. It's a silly word that I heard 30 odd years ago actually, and I've never forgot it. It's always tickled me pink. So over and out. I'm going to get cast back in. That's what we're up to now, 4 minutes. Get another 30 seconds, 45 seconds, get cast back in, and just see if we can get into another one. Update soon. It's taken about 4 or 5 casts, and this one came after 3 minutes on the 4th or 5th cast. Delicate little bite, just a little tap on the float, just enough to pull it just under. You think you've not got it on, and then away it goes. It's a great way to catch them. This does feel a little bit bigger. I don't know, might have just been wrapped around its fin then. It's a great way of catching. I've noticed Bob's just gone up waggler as well. He's seen me catch one, so he's gone up waggler. It really is. It's a nice way to catch them like this. But I can't stress enough to you, don't expect it to be going under within 30 seconds. I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes if you drop it on its nose it will do, but it's a completely different way of pellet waggler fishing. You notice I've got quite a long waggler on, and you're just sitting on it basically. Hey, try getting out, I just got him. That's not bad. Yeah, I would say it's about £4-ish, 4.5 pound in the top lip. Nicely done. There we go. So so that's 2 fish. So what we got? It's we started at 9:30. It's quarter to 11. But I've not seen anybody else land anything decent. I'm going to change the pellet because I want it to look like the ones that I'm firing in. And as you can see, it's about 6 foot plus the float, about 7 foot I'm fishing at the minute. And believe it or not, I think I've mentioned it before about this place. 8mm hard pellet surprises me how often they catch on it in winter here, and that is what I'm using. And they make a nice little plop. When you're catapulting some out, so peachy. Some more updates. Let's hope the waggler is king today. And I'm still priming the maggot waggler line as well. So over and out. Right then, folks. I've had no more fish on the pellet waggler. I had a little go on the bomb over the top of the pellets, but I don't want to just keep casting pellets all day long because it's not that time of year. So I'm resting that. Just gone on to the waggler and maggot, and I've had 3 or 4 roach. And I've had a bite every putting. What I have noticed is that I'm starting to get indications on the way down, so I think I'm probably going to start shallowing up. Now I've measured the depth I'm at with where the float is on the rings at the top of the rod, so 4 rings down for full depth where I'm fishing, and as usual the camera's on, it's not going under. Very strange. There we go. Oh, missed it. I know you can't see it. It's dotted right down. But I definitely think these fish have, because I've been priming it for the last couple of hours, these fish are definitely off the bottom. Right, I'm definitely going to start shallowing up. I'm probably going to take a foot off to start with. In fact, this is the first putting that I've had where I've not had an indication on the way down. But the lake is fishing particularly hard. Again, it's this time, it was 2 degrees when we got here this morning. Gareth's had a right lump over there. It's hard to tell, but I'm guessing it's at least 8 pounds. So he's got as much as me just in that one fish. I think he's two carp. I think Bob's a carp and a few little bits. I've not seen Soz catch anything. I've just spoke to Leon, my mate, he's not had a bite yet. He says he's not seen the maggot man catch anything. Let's give that a twitch. Yeah, just missed that, and it's nicked a maggot. So as you can see, I'm probably fishing at about, it's got to be 10 foot that, which I'm not happy at fishing at that depth without it being on a slider. And I'm hoping that when I shallow up I can start catching them at about 7 foot, which I'll be a bit more happy with. Hopefully hit a few more bites. But it's a good sign. It's a good sign. At least there's some fish coming, because there's nobody constantly putting fish in the net. So I might as well rest that line out there. Try and catch a few silvers. You never know. I might get a bonus one. I've only got light gear on. It's an 18 F1 pellet hook. Nice light gauge hook. I've got 013 bottom on, which, you know, that's okay. Is it? I'd normally go to 011 if it were just roach, or smaller if it were just roach I was after, but it's as much heavier line as I dare put on with an F1 pellet. Strange. That's normally gone under by now. I did forget to put some maggots in my oven. There we go, that's just gone under. This might be a skimmer. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a perchy. Come on, the striperies. Oh, that'll do. Don't mind catching those. Ooh, spine's got me then. Yeah, little perchy. Look at those. Alright them, aren't they? Nice little perch, probably about 6 or 7 ounce. We don't mind them, they're nice little weight builders. So hopefully I can get a few more. I can keep those on. Get a few more decent silvers. So I'll give you an update as we go along. I've got the margins. I'm hoping 1 or 2 fish from the margins, but you just never know this time of year. We'll see how we get on. Update soon. Right, there's an hour and 25 minutes to go. I've come off that maggot waggler line because it started to become apparent that there was a hell of a lot of small ones. I couldn't quite hit the bites. I shallowed up. The float was just firing under, but just little end of the maggot were just being nipped every time. So I know Gareth's got another carp. I'm not sure what anybody else has caught. I've not seen a great deal being caught. I've gone back over where I've been finding the pellets for the waggler. So what I've done, I've put a feeder, I've put some micros in, a little tiny feeder, block end feeder, and some soft pellet. I've put double soft pellet on, 6mm pellet. I'm just going to see if I can get any carp. That's the plan, because last time I came here that worked at about this time onwards, but you know, it's that time of year. Who's to say it's going to work today? But it does seem to be fishing quite hard everywhere. I've not seen the guy to my left land any big fish. I can't see him, but I've not heard any splashing. I can only see his pole. Not really seeing anybody catching anything at all. I think Saw's over there. I think he's only had a skimmer, but he didn't even know he got that on. He wound it in and skimmer were there. It looked about £1.5 fish. He told Bob it was 5, obviously. Bob says, what is it, about £2? He goes, no, 5. Hey, bless him. Keeps waving at me as well. I think he's trying to be my mate. He's just an idiot, isn't he? Bless his cotton socks. So I've not kept my eye on everybody because I've been watching me float, but I guess the only person I've really seen catch anything significant is Gareth over there with the hoodie on. How they're doing to me right, I've no idea. I can't see because of trees. So I've just fed the margin lines. I'm going to have half an hour or so on here, have a little search about. I have had like a very slight liner, so I might need to just come shorter a little bit. But what have I got? I've got £9. I've probably got, I might be due another £0.5. I did put another 4 or 5 small ones in, maybe 6, and that perch, so we shall see. That could just desperately do with a couple of decent fish, and there's a few maggots for the Robin. I always get a visit by Robin here. Robin here. Right, over and out. Let's hope that tip goes round. The tip's gone round on the double soft pellet again, and I don't think it's, oh man, it's putting a bit more of a scrap up than it was doing earlier. Just feels like a small carp, I think, or maybe an F1. You just never know at this time of year, with them being a bit lazy. Let's hope it's a decent size. It's actually putting a decent scrap up. Mind you, when they dart about like this, I always tend to think that they're the smaller ones. See, they're all giving me some stick. You love it, don't it? It's ace. it's about £3-ish. Yes, well, that'll do. At least we got that on camera, didn't we? So it's a £3-ish, £3 carp, maybe a little bit more, maybe 3.5. So that puts me on to £14-ish, maybe a little bit more. So it's given me half a chance now, because I think Gareth's fish are probably about that. I've just seen him put his landing net away. Whether he's just had one or not, I don't know. Anyway, let's get back in sharpish. Oh, I've got one here. It's taking some right line. Oh, might have been foul up to that. Nobody likes to see that. Sozer's loving it. Yeah, it was foul looked. I thought it was foul looked. A scale. Damn it. Right, what I'm going to do, I know I've just had a fish there. I'm just going to have a little quick look in my margin, just because I've fed it. My experience is when you've lost one, it goes quite a bit, so I'm going to have 5 or 10 minutes just in margin. We've got half an hour to go, so see you soon. See you soon. Right, fisher people, we are all wading. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What a tough day's fishing that was for 98% of the people. That's been rock hard, absolutely rock hard. I've kept myself busy doing various things, trying to hook 1 or 2 fish. As you know, I had a search about a little bit. Popped up bread, then a wafter. I had 1 or 2 liners, but nothing much really at all. Nothing much to shout about. So I started. Well, I was always priming the waggler line with the maggots, and then I started priming with 2 or 3 pellets up towards the aerator for the waggler line there, shallow, because it is about 12 to 14 foot out there. It is quite deep. I was fishing at about 7 or 8 feet. I varied it. I went shallower to 5, went to 8, went a little bit more. As you saw, I had two nice fish. Decent start for about 8 or 9 pounds. But it just didn't continue. So I persevered for about an hour or so with that, but I didn't want to keep piling loads of bait in. That doesn't work this time of year. I thought the amount of bait that was down there might create a bit of interest later on. So I went on to the maggot line, and I had a few silvers, had a perch, which I think I showed you, but I think they were really small, very small roach, because the end of the maggots were getting, they were lovely bites, striking. I did 1 or 2, but not, I was missing more than I was hitting. Shallowed up a bit more, see if that would make a difference. Same sort of thing, but I just couldn't hit them. Normally you get some positive bites and you can catch quite a few, but I started catching them about this big, 1 ounces. So I gave that a good hour, because nobody were catching. I thought, you know, it might come on, but it didn't really start producing at all. So I went back out on a wafter. I had a few liners, came shorter, nothing. Searched around a little bit, then I decided to change to a block end feeder with some micros in and 2 soft 6mm soft pellets, and as you saw, I hooked into a couple more. Lost the one that was foul hooked. That felt like a good fish. I know it was foul hooked and they do go more, but it did feel quite heavy. It would have had to have been on my weight £7 to win the match. So I've still done all right in the match, but as you'll see from the weights, it's been fish very difficult. Tried in the margins. I had prepped the margins, not loads of feed, just what I thought were just enough, and I never had a sign, and neither did anybody else. Nobody's caught in the margins at all. But thoroughly enjoyed the day. It's still been you know, it's been lovely weather, can't complain about the weather, and it's Christmas on Friday, so everything to look forward to. So we'll get on to the results. In 4th place, he had a lovely net of roach, catching on bits of worm, peg 9, with £11.26. Simon Hudson for 4th place. What a mighty fisherman you are. Lovely to see roach like that. There was some nice roach in there. And in 3rd place, from peg 11, £15.98. I know some of you might wonder what the silly weights are. It's measured in 100th, so just shy £16. Me, so well done me. And in 2nd place, just pipping me with £17.14, Dave Sawyer from peg 20. So well done, Dave Sawyer. What a mighty fisherman you are today, son. It has been difficult. And in 1st place, opposite me, slightly to the right, I think he was in peg 22. Let me just double check. Oh, peg 21. He's actually caught on corn. Bomb and corn, I think it was. His fish were a different size to the ones I were catching. He's had £22.34. Gareth, what a mighty fisherman you are, Gareth. Well done, son. You are this week's Old Boys mightiest fisherman. Well done, son. So as you can see, low weights. I've just spoke to a guy who fished a match on it the other week and £20 won it last week, so don't think we've really done anything wrong. It's just these conditions. It's freezing, then it's warm, freezing, then it's warm. Don't think the fish know where they are. Leon told you about his new rod, 9-foot ninja rod. Kiowa Ninja. Got some new keep nets as well, but he's still not caught anything, bless him. He's water-licked 2 weeks on trot. He has seen a bite though. The rod nearly went in, lifted it up, nothing. So whether it was a liner or it's just spat the hook out, we don't know, but you've got to have a laugh and a giggle, because I'm sure he'd do it to me. So unlucky, Leon. I don't think you've done too much wrong, because there's only 7 people weighed in out of 18. That's how difficult it's been today. So an insight to a very difficult day at Bank End Fisheries on the Match Lake. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. We shall be fishing in the new year now, so I hope you all have a good... Oh no, I already said that. Good Christmas. It's on Friday, but I think I've already said that anyway. So don't forget, folks, if you do like our videos, don't forget to press the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It's a freebie. Click the notification bell. You'll get all our videos as we upload them. And it's to be very nice if you give it a nice thumbs up. Right, that's it from me. We shall see you in the new year. Over and out.